Shalom, Kol Halal Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai, Bahasham, Rakah Kwadash. Double honors unto the apostles, double honors unto the elder bishops. Salutations to all my fellow laborers doing this work in truth and sincerity, risking their lives and their freedom to do so now more so than ever. 144,000, the would-be judges, and the scattered elect that are scattered around the four corners of the earth, that be like unto the speckled bird, the Israelite foreigners among the heathen nations that look like those heathen nations. This is not a black thing. And to the few Akwaf that are listening and learning, to you I say Shalom. This is your brother Malcolm from the branch of the Great Millstone here in Chicago, coming at you with another lesson in truth. All right, and time is ticking and time is running out for Babylon. For you non-believers, you scoffers, and even some of you Israelites who teach these bugged out doctrines in the wrong name. And the ones of you who don't acknowledge, what the MOTB is. It's definitely not sleeping with white women. That is utterly ridiculous. All right. But I'm going to read a couple scriptures because that's the time that we're about to enter in. And it looks like they're going to go after the northern kingdom first. And once they're saying, the northern kingdom gets it first, then Judah gets it the worst. Well, everybody's about to get it pretty bad, man. This is Jeremiah 30:7, and it reads, "Alas, for the day is great, so that none is like it. It is even a time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it." And Jacob, the elect of Jacob, are going to be saved out of it. Those who were predestined, those who were marked in the beginning. All right. The elect, those who were chosen. It's a better word. That were chosen in the beginning, as it tells you in Ephesians, as it tells you in Philippians. All right. So without any further ado, the lack of wisdom of Teman, Esau's wisdom has left him. And he's not making his own decisions. The Lord is sealing his instruction. And they're doing everything that they shouldn't be doing to avoid war. And basically, World War III has already begun. Truth be said, World War III started when 9/11 happened. When 9/11, that false flag event took place. That set everything that's going on today into motion. All right.
Just sent a message to President Biden. Back the F off right now, or we will send these same missiles into Europe and the United States. Is anyone listening right now?
Let me go back.
Well, Russia just sent a message to President Biden. Back the F off right now, or we will send these same missiles into Europe and the United States. Is anyone listening right now? Or they're just basically playing with fire, playing with death is what they're doing. So what exactly happened? Well, early this morning, this happened. Russia, for the first time in world history, launched their new hypersonic ballistic missiles called the Orashink missile. And it is absolutely devastating, what you're seeing here. They could not stop it. Notice there is no air defense fire coming in to try to stop this. NATO couldn't stop it at all. The speed with which these things traveled was remarkable, and these things were outfitted with non-nuclear warheads, using hypersonic warheads. So in other words, this was a message. This was a message to the world. We can put nuclear warheads on these, and you can't stop them. We didn't. We used our hypersonic warheads, and it was devastating enough, and we took out all of these military targets. You couldn't do anything about it. We've been warning you about it. And with these long-range attacks inside of Russia, we've been warning you, and here it is. You guys can't stop this. You want to F around and find out some more?
And that's just it. The FAFO. Fuck around and find out. All right? Russia just flexed. They slapped Esau in the face. All right? The other Edomites. Esau slapped Esau in the face. All right? They slapped the whole entire West in the face and called them, the B word. All right. And you best believe these European nations, some of them are running their mouths, but they don't want no smoke. They don't have a defense system against them. While America was partying in the 80s and the 90s, California living, Prince of Bel Air, you know, having a good old time, working these fraudulent markets, doing their computer thing, Silicon Valley, all that bullshit. While they were doing that, Russia was building up its missile technology. And I heard a couple of military leaders say in some videos last year and the year before that Russia's missile technology is 40 years ahead of America's. So it doesn't matter that America has more missiles. Russia can get its missiles off and attack you, and you can't even retaliate. Okay? And it's prophesied. And so, and you think what's going to happen in Europe? So you can clearly see how and they're already upset with the West for getting them into this shit. So you can see how them backdoor deals, you know, are gonna be held. Yeah, we all saw the 300. All right, you remember what the sellout did? You know, the hunchback, the one that was deformed. All right, he went and backstabbed them, and went and told, you know, Xerxes about the secret goat trail that would lead behind them. All right. And basically, you're about to have a bunch of European nations go up the goat trail and join with America. All right. Trump, you know, DJ Trump, aka Nero, has already expressed how he wants to break away from NATO and the EU. NATO and the EU just took that damage over there because of what America did. And it seems like every time you help America, its allies, the allies don't fare well. Okay? Because America is basically the concubine, the prostitute of the Israelis. Point blank, period. I don't care how you take it. And it's not anti any goddamn thing. It's the damn truth. All right? You can't scream America first, MAGA, and then keep sending billions to the Israelis. And what you're doing is you're ripping your own country apart at its seam, at its very core. America's never been divided as it is now, and never been more divided as it is now. You got states trying to split up. Counties want to separate from states. All right. You know, that makes me think of Mark 3:23. And it reads, "And he called them unto him and said unto them in parables, How can Satan cast out Satan? And if a kingdom be divided against itself, that kingdom cannot stand. And if a house be divided against itself, that house cannot stand. So the house of Edom, the race, the house of Edomites, self-proclaimed white people, the Caucasian race, all right, plus their scattered seed that's melanated because they did a lot of raping. It's another thing that I should have said the word graping. That some of these unlearned Israelites are just as stupid as Esau when it comes to that. You know, that whole color thing. No, it's all about the seed. You're the seed of your father, regardless of what your outward appearance looks like. Right? And there's a million examples of that, you know, of people who have dark melanated fathers, but then they look pale like their mother, and vice versa. All right, you'll see people that have pale fathers but look dark like their mothers. Well, but they're the seed of their father. That's their race. So your color doesn't determine your race. That stupidity is going to be wiped out the world, and I can't wait. But it says, if a house be divided against itself, that house cannot stand. And if Satan rise up against himself and be divided, he cannot stand, but have an end. So this is the end of Esau, Edom. This is the end of their reign. They've basically fucked themselves. All right?
We are on the verge of nuclear annihilation. It's a bubble. It's going to burst, not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. No one is talking about this. There are going to be defaults, the likes of which we've never seen in the history of the world. It's going to bring down the banks. The working class is going down. George Carlin used to say, it's one big club and you ain't in it. When you look at the real government debt level, it's not $36 trillion. It's more like $260 trillion.
And the first people I heard say that was the men of the Great Millstone. Just like the first people that ever talked about the Russian technology and the Russian missiles, you know, they would scoff our old signs about the USSR. And now that spirit of the USSR is back. And I remember arguing with people, you know, because they didn't know anything. They just know what they're told. American media, the MSN, mainstream media, lies to its people daily. It is not to their benefit that their citizens be thoroughly informed. Because if that were the case, the people would have risen up and rioted already. Because the Americans have no idea how badly that their government fucks them over every day. And you know, and the wealthy, the wealth gap just grows and grows and grows. But this crash is coming. That's all a part of, you know, society is just gonna crash out, as they say, before the missiles fly. So you're gonna have your civil war, your race war, your class wars, and just an all-out collapse. This is James 5:1. Go ye now, ye rich men, weep and howl for your miseries that shall come upon you. Your riches are corrupted, and your garments are moth-eaten. Your gold and silver are cankered, and the rust of them shall be a witness against you, and shall eat your flesh as it were fire. You have heaped up treasure together for the last days. All right, and they've done that. Now no one's using the dollar anymore. And now people are pissed because they've been screwed over by using the dollar. Aligning yourself with America has turned out to be a really bad investment for a lot of countries, and they're realizing that. That's why the BRICS are growing at the rate that they're growing. All right, the nations are joining on to the BRICS. Remember, the 198 nations in the United Nations, something like 138, 140 of them are now BRICS nations, or trying to be with the BRICS. America, the West can't win that. So the dollar's practically dead. And it's going to show itself to be so very soon. That's why he gave this alert crash. The world has never seen it. It's true. And so because when the dollar crashes, all these other markets around the world will crash as a result of it. And then they're going to be pissed. All right. And now you can see why the nations shall hate the whore and shoot fire upon her. James 5:4. Behold, the hire of the laborers who have reaped down your fields, which is of you kept back by fraud, crieth, and the cries of them which have reaped have entered into the ears of the Lord of Sabaoth. And that, Yahweh of armies, and he's gathering the armies of the world together in the valley of Jehoshaphat so that he can plead with them, all right, for his heritage, for Israel, for the controversy of Zion. These people that have gained so much power and have basically stolen our heritage and claiming to be us, even though all the evidence shows you that they're not. They just skim past it. It's like fast forward. It's like you're watching a video of evidence, and every time you get to the part that exposes Esau, Edom, they fast forward it. All right, trying to continually control the narrative. That's what they do. All right. And that word wicked, in that scripture is talking about the laborers, the people, the workers, man. They're mad. All right. Verse 5, you have lived in pleasure on earth and have been wanton. You have nourished your hearts as in the day of slaughter. You have condemned and killed the just, and he did not resist you. Stop resisting. And people get killed, shot, murdered anyway. It happens every day. Okay? And all this is going to bring on Jacob's trouble. Jacob's trouble is at hand. That goes hand in hand with the end. So we're going to see if these certain churches, change their tune on that too. All right? Just like you can starting to see some of them start to talk about the MOTB actually being something inserted in you now. All right, as we get closer. So let's go to Daniel 12:1. And it reads, "And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people, and there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even the same time. And at that time thy people shall be delivered, everyone that shall be found written in the book." That's the elect. The elect that are alive on earth will be delivered out of this fire, out of this destruction that's coming. And everyone's going to see it. Wisdom of Solomon, the 5th chapter. All right. Verse 2. "Many of them that sleep in the dust of the earth shall awake, some to everlasting life, and some to shame and everlasting contempt. And they that be wise shall shine as the brightness of the firmament, and they that turn many to righteousness as the stars forever and ever. But thou, O Daniel, shut up the words and seal the book, even to the time of the end. Many shall run to and fro, and knowledge shall be increased." So Daniel just let you know 100% that all apologetic Catholic dogma, their theology, is all man-made lies, because there was no understanding until the awakening came. I'll read it again. Until the time of the end. And then you have to think about Ezekiel, the valley of the dry bones. That's when the Israelites wake up in the last days, in the end of days, and then produce a sign with the 12 tribes on it. All right. And so these people trying to get around and dance around prophecy. Well, we're gonna find out who's got the truth and who doesn't. Matter of fact, I'm gonna get one last scripture. Because it rained 2 days ago, and like clockwork, the headache and the sore throat and all the other shit came right after it from the shit that they're spraying. They don't have money for anything, but they got money to keep them fucking planes in the air spraying that poison over us. This is 2nd Ezra 16:73. And it reads, "Then shall it be known who are my chosen, and they shall be tried as gold in the fire." So we're gonna find out who the Lord's chosen are real soon. And so with that, I'm gonna give all praises, all honor, and glory unto Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai Bahasham, Rakah Hakwadash Kwam Yasharala Abad Babal.